Good evening and thanks for watching Local 4 News at 10. I'm James Sears. We start now with breaking news tonight out of Davenport. There was a shooting on the west end of the city around 3rd and Sturtevant Streets at about 6:45 tonight. There's a Harris Pizza on the corner there as well. Now, Davenport police tell Local 4 News a victim was transported to Genesis East by personal vehicle. Police couldn't say at this time whether the victim and shooter exchanged fire or whether the shooter was in custody. Now, this is an ongoing investigation. We are following this and we'll have updates for you on air and online as we get them. We want to remind you, if you see news happening, forward it to Local 4. Just download the quadcities app, available on Android and Apple devices. It's free. You can sign up for breaking news notifications. Also share stories you want to see highlighted right here on Local 4. The Quad Cities is finally trading in the cold for well above average warm weather, but that comes at a price, with flooding. That is our top story tonight. The current Mississippi River level is at 16 feet and rising. The Mississippi is set to crest Thursday at around 17.8 feet. Davenport is closing River Drive tomorrow at 9 in the morning between Iowa and Perry Streets for installation of a flood barrier. Additional lane reductions will be placed in various low points along River Drive as the river level rises, some already in place there. That is a headache now for drivers and businesses, but they say the city has their best interests at heart.
I think it's going to cause a lot of people inconvenience, but in all reality, I think if it's going to keep the public safe, it's for the best, and the city knows what's best for the people.
You'll also want to pay attention to closures along the riverfront bike path. There are some from Credit Island to LeClaire Park. And keep it here to Local 4 on air and online for the latest updates. Now to the volcano emergency on Hawaii's Big Island. It's far from over. The Kilauea volcano has been erupting since Thursday, sending lava into neighborhoods and toxic gas into the air. At least 26 homes have been destroyed as of tonight. The island also has had more than 200 earthquakes in the past 24 hours. CBS News correspondent Carter Evans is there.
For 5 days, the volcano has been spewing molten lava and ash. Large cracks or fissures spontaneously erupted in a line through the neighborhood, setting several homes on fire. We watched as smoke engulfed this house.
Unfortunately, we're up to 26 residents that have been taken out.
Sam Knox lives about 100 yards away from one of the eruptions.
Did they ask you to evacuate?
There was a mandatory evacuation, but by law, I don't have to leave.
And why did you choose to stay?
Because this is where I live, right here. I had faith in the gods that my house is going to be okay.
Just a few hours ago, this street was wide open, and now you could see it's covered in about 6 feet of lava. It cools pretty quickly. You could almost walk on it now, but if you look inside, you can see where it's still glowing red.
The prognosis is for this to continue. We see no slowdown in activity. Our seismic and geodetic data coming from the region still indicate magma accumulating.
That means new eruptive fissures could open up, unleashing more lava and toxic gases into the community.
The lava has blocked so many roads in this community that's one reason why they've evacuated people. There's concern that they could get surrounded, locked in, and first responders wouldn't be able to get here if people needed help. Carter Evans, CBS News, Pahoa, Hawaii.
Amazing pictures out of there. Well, families, friends, and law enforcement pay tribute to 46 Quad Cities police officers killed in the line of duty. Edgewood Baptist Church in Rock Island hosted a memorial service this afternoon. A motorcade then traveled to the Quad Cities Law Enforcement Officers Memorial at the Rock Island County Justice Center. The names of the 46 fallen officers were read and a flower placed in a wreath to honor each one. Some citizens of Moline spent their afternoon cleaning up with the snow uncovered. The I Cleaned Moline group was at the intersection of 38th Avenue and 41st Street today. Volunteers picked up garbage on sidewalks, grass, and roads. They fill about 10 bags of trash each time they do this. Mayor Stephanie Acree started this cleanup group last spring. She decided to keep the group going after the election because her volunteers are so dedicated to keeping the city green.
I mean, die-hard volunteers behind me that come every week, and they enjoy doing the work because it is so rewarding, and they enjoy doing the work because they love Moline.
Cleanup is every Sunday from 2 to 3 p.m. The next cleanup location will be posted on the group's Facebook page. We'll have a link to that up on our website, ourquadcities.com. The Sustainable Sunday Market officially kicked off in Moline. QC Buy Local and Hy-Vee on John Deere Road partnered up to bring the very first outdoor market at the grocery store. About a dozen local producers were on hand who grow and make organic, non-GMO products. from grass-fed meat, microgreens, coconut milk, soaps, honey, and more. The idea behind this farmers market is to help reduce our carbon footprint.
Because they get to see the other side of it, the freshness, the local, the support. So they come by, they see it, and they're like, oh, what's going on here? Let's check it out. So then they want to stop, and they try it, and then they learn some stuff. So that's the great part. That's what we're trying to do, to help people to learn the different things of supporting local, what it does for the community.
The Sustainable Sunday Market will be the second Sunday of each month through September from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Well, as you think about getting to work tomorrow, consider biking. It may extend your life. Researchers say riding your bike lowers the risk of death from heart disease or cancer. Almost 300,000 British workers were studied for 5 years. 41% were less likely to die during this period if they rode a bike, and 45% of bike commuters were less likely to contract cancer than people who drove cars or walked to work. And kid, I love riding my bike. It was a toss-up today between riding my bike or going for a run. I chose a run today. It was great out there.
Yeah, last weekend I went on a bike ride, and it was the first time I've been able to ride down to the Mississippi River along the bike path there on the waterfront. But it's not going to be as great of a situation this week, as we do have a little bit of flooding concerns.